Shade 45 is first play, man. It's the homie Gray Rizzy. And every time I get a chance to sit down with these guys and even have a chance to even see them on the street, I stop everything because the respect is real. It's something I came up on. It's the realest of hip hop. This is the essence right here. And to have these guys in here, y'all motherfuckers should be paying for this. Y'all lucky. Y'all able to see this, man. D.I.T.C is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Fellas, thanks for coming through, man.
Y'all, what up?
It's good. Thanks for having us.
It's been a long time coming. I want to make sure we get these introductions correct. So I want to start to my far right, and we'll work our way down.
I am OC.
No doubt.
Yeah. AG, one half of Showbiz and AG, digging in the crate.
Lord Finesse in the building, D.I.T.C.
Buck Wild in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. You know, it's like a lot of us. We got a couple of members that aren't here right now. Like we got Diamond D, we got Fat Joe, we got Showbiz, and of course, you know, rest in heaven, we got Big L.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like, we have a new project that's out here right now, and I want to start DITC Studio Sessions. Or we just doing sessions? What's the name of this joint right now? The new project.
You want to call it?
Whatever I want to call it.
Nah, it's sessions. It's a continuation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I always call it. I call it a rebranding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Of DITC.
Okay.
That's what I call it. That's my personal thing.
Right, and I mean, you guys have never broken up. Y'all have always been together, but this is the first time we've gotten like that collaboration with everybody on it.
For sure.
In a minute.
Definitely.
For sure.
Because you guys are like Voltron for real, man. Y'all go out, y'all do what y'all do, but when y'all get together, y'all turn it up, man. I'm going to jump right into this music real quick because obviously the people have been waiting for this, man. And it's a song called Not For Nothing featuring OC and AG. Y'all started off together. Production was Showbiz and Motif alumni, man. Tell me a little bit about this one because this song sets the tone for, I want to say, pretty much the whole project. Let's start with you, AG.
For sure. Well, it was organic for sure. Like me and O was in the studio. The dude Tay that's singing on the hook, we was in the studio. The beat was flowing. O started humming. I'm telling the dude, yo, if you could put some words to that. He sung the hook. Me and O do what we do.
Nice. And I even know what I really like about it. I get right to it. It ain't no bullshit with it, man.
Yeah, it's no play with that. I mean, with me and him, I mean, we all have chemistries in different ways, but, you know, me, him, and Ness being writers, it's just a certain chemistry we have individually and together. So it's always a no-brainer with me. I fall out on the couch, not know what he's doing, and get up and know what to do.
What's understood don't need to be said.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Got you, man. Let's get right into this joint, man. This is Not For Nothing featuring OC and the homie AG. First play. In like hip hop fashion, y'all went ahead and addressed some stuff head on. Like a lot of times I'm hearing now, like people be, you know, sneaky with it, subliminal with it. You guys went ahead and addressed it right on. And we got I want to get to this joint called Rock Shit featuring Fat Joe, Lord Finesse, Diamond D, production by Motif alumni. Now you said something along the lines where it was what was it? Was it marginal raps are not butter? You feel what I'm saying? Them is you calling them out like you doing this stuff and it's not real, and then we'll be here long after the tight jean era.
Yeah, that's my line right there.
Explain. Come on, man. Y'all gotta explain this. Like, talk to us a little bit because I know where you're going with it, but I want the people to understand what the position is on it.
I mean, I think we're from an era of bars and standards and lyrical levels to it, and I was just addressing current events. You know how I seen it change since, you know, our era, the Midas era. And I was just talking on it, you know, and I just want people to know I don't care about the wave or nothing. We'll be here for like forever, you know, because I believe we're that talented, we're that immortal to be that way, you know.
What do you think about like the artists right now? Luckily, they catch a wave, right? They get hot. Sometimes they've never even done a show, but the song is kind of bouncy and it gets to travel and stuff. But you guys have been touring for years, and some people might say under the radar, over the radar, but for years they haven't had that yet. What do you think is it going to take for them to get to that level?
Consistency in the music. You know what I mean? Like, one song could get you to travel. Don't get me wrong. Like, if the song is big enough, it'll take you around the world. But for people to support your concerts when you don't have any music out, that's going to take a catalog. You know what I mean? And a consistent catalog at that.
Yeah.
Also, probably, I think your music has to have a certain standard. Like, it has to have a certain level of standard, because it's like a lot of the music is like, if it's here today, gone tomorrow. If you're touring in another 5 years, people not gonna want to hear it. But these records that have to sustain a certain level, year after year, people don't want to hear them. So no matter what, people, they want to hear the records. They bind to the artist, and that's what keeps it going, for you to be able to do that. And some artists can do it, some people don't.
You're hearing it right now, man. DITC telling you, get your catalog game right.
I mean, even to add on to that, and it shows the gift in the individuals by themselves making music, as opposed to us being a crew too. Like, I don't call that talent. I call that God given. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, not to sound corny, A made a record like that on Oasis. Me and his last album together. And people don't talk about everyday life. I think music is life. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about music, you talk about life. Music moves people. You know, it can make them happy, sad, whatever the case may be. But, you know, I look at my crew, and I've been in the habit of saying immortals now. You know what I'm saying? Everything I tag is immortals, because we already etched in stone, but we still here. That's a gift, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not talented. We gifted.
Yeah. I want to get into this next joint, man. It's Cold Outside, featuring Fat Joe, AG, and OC, man. You said something on there with for me, it was like stay woke music. You know what I'm saying? Keep that third eye open, man. And I feel like music like this is needed, especially now. I think Joe said something about, like, you got daughters getting slammed by cops.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, but we've been making that music, like, from day one, like Runaway Slave. I mean, it's like I said, it's everyday life, man, and everything is repeating itself anyway. It repeats. It's just everything being captured on videos and shit now. So.
Well, I was down in Atlanta. I went to this conference, D.I.T.C, recently, right? And one of the things that, it was a guy named Kwanzaa Hall. He's a congressman down there, and we were talking about how the music has to really reflect the times. And sometimes people get too caught up in the wave, and it doesn't. We need more people to speak like this. What's your view on that, man?
Me personally, it's like they have over the years discouraged people from making that type of music. Whether it's success or flack that you get from trying to be politically correct or whatever it may be. But like O told you, guys that make the type of music that we do, it's embedded, to reflect back to your original statement, to reflect the streets. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the streets reflect art. That's what's going on nowadays, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because the little kids and the younger dudes are following with the music they hear, which is probably not even reality. But from our era, people rapped and entertained and did art about what they saw and what their environment was. So I think it's a necessity and a obligation. If you grab this microphone, that you're representing for more people than yourself, you're representing for your community. And no matter what your message is, I think you can always slide in some consciousness about, where you think things are right now.
Yeah, a lot of power comes with the microphone, but a lot of times people don't even yield it. Sometimes they scared.
It's the feedback.
Like,
but if I don't get any success, if the girls don't know this record, if this is not in the club, I don't have the talent to just make a record that's still going to get noticed. I got to do one of these things. That's my opinion.
Buck, what were you about to say?
I just think, like, two of our biggest artists in hip hop right now, which is J. Cole and Kendrick, very positive, some messages. It's not the type of person where it's like the young kids on the street want to be, but you got to think they're platinum artists. True. So we have this facade about what we see. So when we see these guys who are in the wave, it looks like they're doing these things, or they're generating that type of cash. So it's like, if you're a young dude, you want to rap, and it's like you just want to make money, you're going to mimic what's there. and they're not really putting out there like, yo, these are the cats that you don't hear J. Cole on the radio, you don't hear Kendrick really on the radio. They sell huge numbers though, but no one really glorifies them.
Right.
So being that, it's like all these other cats are being glorified who, I guess you could say it's like they're putting a lot of negativity into the air, and it's not balanced. You need a balance, you know, to help yield it to make everything flow smooth, and it's not happening.
And I'll tell you another thing. A Kendrick Lamar and a J. Cole respects the fuck out of a group like D.I.T.C. I'll tell you that right now.
That's what's up.
But I also think it's diversity. I think the radio got to give you more of a balance, like Buck was saying, and you'll have more artists that are willing to do that type of music. But when they're hearing one type of style being rammed down their throat, this is what they feel they have to do. But when you have a different assortment of music, it gives you a choice what to listen to and what type of music you want to do. But when you have one type of style or one type of feel out there, that's what people feel, well, I got to do that to get radio play, or I got to do that. And we don't get that balance. We don't get that diversity.
And I mean, really, even to add on to that, man, like even on some deeper shit, programming, radio, all that shit is frequencies. Like, yo, when people get caught up in one thing, that's what they gravitate into. So it's hard, man. It's hard to fight against a lot of things that young people, because we was young, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but we had people to show us.
I think that's the biggest difference.
That's the difference.
That's the biggest difference, man.
Yeah.
Then you gotta understand when you see kids, what they're in front of all the time.
Yeah.
The computer. So when you're in front of the computer,
phone.
the computer and the phone, it's not really just radio. When you seeing these people, it's the images that you see, and it's like it's embedded in your head.
Programming,
so it's like you don't really hear it, but it's like when you just seeing it, and it's like when you seeing some of the things, people may call it buffoonery. These are the things that's promoted on the site. So all of these sites, the blog sites, etc., it's no filter. No one's filtering what's coming in and what's going out. So if you're a kid and it's like you like rap, you don't know rap, and you go to the blog and you start seeing what's there, you're like, okay, this is what hip hop is supposed to be.
But yo, the con to that is, I ain't even gonna lie, I'll be a liar. I guess we'll all be liars. Or I wanted fame out the box, but I got a reality check real quick. You know, the first album, I mean, after that first album, I was like, fuck fame. Like, this is not where it's not where it's at. You know, that's not real. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, kids got to learn, man. They got to learn like we learn. And if they learn, they'll be around as long as we have.
I want to get into this joint. New Wave, featuring Fat Joe, AG, and OC. Produced by Showbiz. Now, we were just talking about, like, you know, new artists, new waves and stuff like that. This song stuck out to me, man, because it was like you say new wave, but you come from an era where ghost riding was a no-no. That shit didn't work. It was a hot box, and everywhere you was at, you had to work your way out of that shit to actually make it on the cut.
Now, this is a fact.
Exactly.
This is a fact.
So, let's start with Buck Wild, because Buck Wild, you're behind the production line. You see things through sometimes a different lens, man. What's your take on it?
What, with Ghost Riders?
Well, yeah, let's start with Ghost Riding. What do you think about, especially with everything that's going on right now?
To be honest,
yeah,
I think I've been in a million sessions with the worst artists and the greatest artists. Everyone has someone who comes in and give them a line or two or tell them how they can fix certain things. Now,
I want you to define this for me, because we call that collaboration, right?
Well, I wouldn't say, people wouldn't really call it collaboration. It's just called advice.
Okay.
So if you're here and it's like you writing something, be like, nah, I don't think you should say this. You should say this, and
flip
these
it like
bars
this.
Go like this, and you should do this like this. Never really been in a situation where it's like, all right, only person I knew with that was Puff. Where it's like, all right, the song is done.
He's on record saying that. It's okay.
Yeah. You know, I don't write rhymes, I write checks.
Right.
He put that out there from the jump. That's the only person I ever worked with where it's like, all right, his verse was written already. But being in that, it's like a taboo where it's like, for rappers, it's like a no-no where it's like someone coming in and it's like, you lyrically nice and someone else is writing your shit.
Yeah,
that's not cool.
With and I think, you know, we've had these conversations before. When you have like your upper echelon, you know, your creme de la creme, like your top artists, they shouldn't be fucking doing this ghostwriting thing.
I wanted to add on to that. Like me personally, I'm definitely not with it at all. Like for me, hip hop is supposed to evolve, you know what I'm saying? And in the beginning, everybody had a ghostwriter or someone helping, yes. And as time went on, when you had the Kool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim era, I think that era, that trio right there changed all the ghostwriting stuff. After that, they raised the bar. So they basically saying, if you can't do this on your own, this ain't for you.
But that's what we was
and that's what inspired
Right.
that inspired a whole generation of the golden era. You know what I'm saying? So now we come to that, we get past that, and the new dudes, like even right now, you got top dudes that I think are lyrically dope. When I listen to them, I'm like, yo, this dude is really dope.
Right.
But at the back of my mind, I'm like, I can hear 6 songs of another dude saying this before him. So I'm giving you your dopeness, but at the same time, it's like, you can't get mentioned with these dudes.
Let me ask you something. Like somebody would say, I feel like, I don't even know if they still do 5 mics or whatever like that. But you know, 5 mics was like, yeah, you know, 5. I mean,
very few artists have 5 mics.
Very, very few. But then you'll have something that where people say like, yo, this guy is a great, and he might have 1 album. And I feel like people get pushed out there too early, and they're bound to fucking fall because they don't have any really strong foundation. What makes or what constitutes one of these guys being pushed up there?
I don't know, but I know you could be great with 1 album. My opinion. I think Slick Rick is great.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I know he has more than 1 album, but the one we all know is a great album.
Yeah, great.
Adventures of Slick Rick.
Yeah,
Adventures of
exactly.
Slick Rick.
And it's so great that it makes him a great artist no matter what comes after that, in my book.
Right.
You
And
know what I'm saying?
he's so ill when you look at it, how we live in a time now where people are like, yo, hooks, and you need this. Some songs had no hooks.
Yeah, they just went.
And he
It
had
just-
many personalities on
Yeah.
1 album. You know what I'm saying? And it was a story. It was very, very entertaining. Like the albums after that, I might have not checked for like that. But that 1 album alone could stand in any era against any album. So I consider him a great artist. I consider Biggie a great artist. I mean, he has 2 albums, but Alive, he put out 1 album.
With the 1.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a great album.
Yeah, because even for him, like he's at, like that's our time, like being in and recording. So it's like you get to experience that. We never really experienced like even being in the studio with a dude like Slick Rick, or I can't even say Rakim because all that came later. Well, in their time, in their prime, these were the things that influenced us. But for dudes like Biggie, just being there and seeing how he work and he articulate Jay-Z, pun, etc. These are the things where it's like it shapes your mind of what artists, what MCs are supposed to
What
be.
they should be.
Big Al, Jada, like when you look at these guys are like lyrical dynamos where it's like no one's coming in where it's like, all right, I'm gonna have the worst verse on there. We live in a time now where it's like, okay, you know what, my verse ain't that cool, but
It's still
his
fly.
verse is dope, but it's like I'm still getting mine. No,
Right.
If you had the worst verse on there, you're like, yo, you know what, I'm doing my verse over. If Drake came out the booth and it's like his verse was flames, dude is gonna be like, nah, B, I'm not going out like that. It's like the friendly competition was there, and it's like I think in hip hop that's not there no more. It's not there with production. It's not there with rhymes. It's not there with songs. I just think right now it's a very imbalance where it's like you either super wavy or you super duper hip hop underground,
Or you
and
a
there's
rock
no
star.
balance.
Or you
Like,
a
that's what
rock
I'm talking
star.
about, the
Nah.
wavy shit.
Nah, but they
That's
call
the-
like every artist. I mean, call yourself what you want, but it's like, damn, how you a rock star? You ain't put an album out.
I think they come in with that mode. In
And
fact, like let's
to it-
hold on. Let's
It's
hold on
not
to that
wrong with
real
it,
quick.
but you know,
It's I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it either, man.
About what?
Like just kind of coming in and improving. You feel what I'm saying? Like you got the persona, but I don't see the product.
I think
Knowing
pardon
the
me.
history very important for you guys?
Indeed, I think he hit the keynote to what's the dilemma going on right now. They don't know their history.
They don't know the history.
Yeah,
They
gotta
got
be a
they
student
got a
first.
YouTube. I mean, a Pro Tools, YouTube, and that's all they needed to
But
come
you
out.
know-
That's all you need right now to make a record.
But
Pro Tools and YouTube.
yo, I seen somebody laugh at a 2-inch on Instagram.
Before we had to go to a record company
It's
to put
crazy,
it out, right?
man, like-
That record had to be
Yeah.
put money into to be made a wax,
Right.
right? You had artwork coming out the album. All of this took money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it eliminated the people that wasn't worth.
That wasn't for real about it.
Right, because it wasn't worth these companies putting their money in.
I think one of you had mentioned it filtered out.
It's no
a
filter.
lot of stuff. There's
and it's
no
like
filter.
you got to see where it went. The minute they brought computers in the studio, when it's like they were like, hey, we could record this in Pro Tools, like seeing different things. It's like I seen all of this shit coming, all these things coming a long time ago. When you can take a tape and it's like you can record it in Pro Tools before you know it. When it's time for you to get your check, it's like even to come in and lay a beat down, the song is done. And it's like it was no more like you in the studio producing. You really had to be one of those people to be there producing. It came to a point where it's like, hey, well, we like this beat and here's the song done already. We're gonna give you your first half and you're gonna come in and it's like you're gonna lay it. So as these steps started getting closer and closer with computers, it's like it's no research, it's no history, it's no love. To me, it's like doing music is something I love. I love reading the album covers, who the musicians are, like who, like who's who. Like even the first time I had his album and I seen Dre was on there, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause knowing him for a while, being, our hoods was close, that was a proud moment for us who was even up the hill.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was from Patterson. It's like, I know Dre when we was young, he used to rap in Mean Machine.
Eminem,
Sure. So seeing that, it was like, okay, cool, it's a proud moment. And it's like, I don't think that people really have those moments that they live, which are the memories that they cherish. And it's like, that's one reason why people are always talking about the 90s. It was no cameras. There was no Instagram.
But
so all our memories,
what I'm saying though, man.
all our memories and stuff that we have are really up here. You can't go and you can't see it. You didn't go to the tunnel and it's like everybody had a camera phone pointed there. So right now when you go out, we in the age of like, everything is camera phones. Everything when something happened, they pull it out.
But Buck, they don't understand like the kids that's grown now or young adult, they don't understand that wasn't long ago. They think it's like very ancient and it's like I said, they laughing at reel to reels. And they like, yo, what the fuck is that? Dumbbells? Like, cause I'm like, yo,
they don't know. It's like,
right.
If you're 17 or 18, real to real's been going since like 12 years.
Right. But that's still not long ago. Though.
No, but it's like when you look at it, if you're 18, and it's like that's not even at a time where you're like, okay, I'm not even thinking about music when I'm 8 years old. I'm watching Saturday morning cartoons, etc. So it's like while we in the studio, and it's like we're going from the conversion of reel to reels to digital to the digital reel,
right,
to the digital age.
But listen, it makes me think about Chris saying when I first heard Still Number One, rap as a whole isn't even 20 years old before the record came out.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, like now it's 20
y'all who don't know what
later.
he's talking about. He's talking about KRS-One, Nas Rule Supreme. You sometimes you got to fill him in.
Right.
I think Buck touched on something that was deep. It's like with streaming and internet, you don't even get the liner notes no more. You don't get to see who produced the record.
It's no love.
You don't get to see who featured. Like even when you had the ghostwriters in our era, their name was still on the record.
Right. You didn't know what the hell they did, but it was there.
Like it might say this artist, but if you look at the credits and it's only the rapper and the producer, you trying to figure out the one or two extra names. Like, well, I got this extra two names. There ain't no sample here, So I think when you don't have them liner notes to give people that credit, whether it's the engineer, whether it's the studio, whether it's whoever, people lose a lot.
I want y'all to be clear about something. This joint right here, Digging Number, featuring AG, OC, and Fat Joe. My first question is, how did y'all come up with the number? Was it just a random thing? Was it something? It was random? Because I was like, wait, okay, he's like digging number 4. Does that mean he came last? Did he join later? This guy joined first? How did that work? But it's a random number.
It was like, from, the Kung Fu flicks and this guy. But a lot of the songs started with me and O. You know what I'm saying? And that's our thing. We on our digging, like I'm number this and number that. But every time it changes.
That shit is multi-layered for me.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
Crooklyn Dodger number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the song with Chubb and J. Rule. So it coincides with that. Me and him, we can friendly competition it out, or then be like, man, I'm number one. I'm number, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're number 3, and
But
it's
you
like,
can hear the respect in the record
Yeah,
because
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
said number one.
Yeah, that was one thing I did.
Even though that doesn't mean anything, it just still shows you where the mind's at of, you know, that everybody picked a number but number one. You know what I mean? And that's what's dope to me. Little stuff like that.
I really won't get on the record if, like, especially if it's me and him doing a project. I won't do the record if I feel like he bodied it. Like, it don't make no sense. And we've done this.
All,
We've all done this. Like, I'm not touching that shit. Like,
it's perfect the way it is.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fit. You know, just in my mind. And he does. He, you know, he's done the same thing. Even us. Like, we just be like, nah, I'm not getting on that shit, man. Like, I ain't gonna spoil something to make it.
Right.
You know.
Right. And I think something that you said before, like, nowadays some cats will just be like, let's just put it out, man. Let's see what it do.
Now, we still from that era where, like, that's my dude and all that. You want your best foot forward. Like, I always told, like, if we took a picture right now and 10 years from now you looked at the picture, what's the first thing you're going to look at?
I'm probably going to look at, you know, your face, what we're wearing.
You're going to look at yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to get to everybody else later.
But how I look.
But you're going to look
what
at
I did.
How did I, all right. And then focus in. I think it's like that with a record.
If you remove certain pieces of hip hop, you don't know where the fuck it goes. And I know if I remove DITC from the fabric of hip hop, God knows what the fuck I'd be. I'd probably listen to country music or some shit like that. I don't know. Shout out to everybody, the country listeners. I don't want to think y'all motherfuckers to be tweeting me and shit. But real quick, how can everybody stay in touch with you guys? I'm gonna start with you, OC.
I mean, these dudes just forced me to get on Instagram like a few months ago.
They twisted your arm, huh?
Yeah, but I'm cool with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we in the business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's people that want to see what you doing,
Well, they
man.
was going to their pages. And they was like, come on,
I just got
man.
tired of people asking me, where's
What
OC?
is you doing? Like,
Can you tell OC?
But
can you ask OC to get an Instagram?
Yo, can I get a
I was
feature
ready to
from
make it-
OC?
yeah,
Oh my
like,
God.
Yo, I was
they try
ready
to
to
put in
just-
business.
they all was schooling me like, yo, oh, you got, like, it's not a question if you don't want to. Like, you still in the business, so you have to.
Right.
You
I was
know,
about to make one
Mike,
for him.
everybody.
And manage it.
Yeah.
So what is
OC DITC
Okay.
at OC DITC. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm there. My numbers is up. I'm good.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like,
wow.
it's crazy.
Oh wow. I ain't even do that. You
Yeah.
you trailblazing, brother.
Yeah.
AG, what's up, man? How can it get at you, bro?
AG of DITC. At AG of DITC. That's the Instagram.
Funky Technician, what's up?
It's Lord Finesse DITC, all one word, double S's, you know. And that's for everything. That's for Instagram, that's for Twitter, that's for even Facebook, the
Nice.
musician page. So Lord Finesse DITC.
And Buck Wild, what's good, man?
Man, you know I'm in the world.
Yeah.
You see me, you just got to know it's me.
You know,
Am I lying?
No.
I'm there. Like I was just in the store just now, and it's like my bag got my name on it, and it's like this young dude was just bugging out because he didn't know it was me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like my other homie was like, yeah, that's him. Because like he didn't really know, and I was
Oh,
bugging.
so you was stunting.
No, I wasn't stunting. I was chilling. I ain't know until I didn't know
So
it
it
had my
came
name
up?
on
Right.
it. Yeah.
I'm
Right.
fucking with you.
But Buckwild _ DITC all across the board.
Right.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yo, man, I appreciate y'all. The album is out there right now. Go
Thank
ahead
you
and
for
cop
having
that.
us, man.
DITC.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate the love.
Yeah,
all
for
the
sure.
time.
Thank
all the
you,
time.
man.
And make sure you hit me up on that Twitter, on that Instagram at Gray Rizzy, GrayRizzy. And check out that fucking app. That Shade 45 app is on your phones, man. Android and iPhone. So you can listen to this right here because we do it up
Gee,
every
Rizzy,
fucking
what
day.
up?
You know what I'm saying? Shade 45. We out here, whoa.
Blah.